Good morning. My name is Cheryl Woodard, and I'm one of the meditation teachers here at EBS. I am coming to you from our bookstore this morning because I'm in the bookstore because there are people meditating in our main meditation hall, like they do every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. From 9 to 9:30, Saturdays 9 to 9:30, and weekdays 11:30 to 12. You're always welcome to come and join in on that group meditation program. You know, we think of meditation as something special that we do on a cushion in front of an altar or in front of a Buddha statue like this one, or in a meditation hall with other people. But all of the meditation teachers I've ever known have always said that really the goal is to meditate everywhere all the time. What they mean is that as long as we are breathing, we can connect with the present moment and in our inner wisdom and everything just by briefly focusing attention on our breath. Recently, I watched a YouTube teaching from one of the greatest Tibetan mindfulness meditation teachers right now, a fellow named Mingyur Rinpoche, Mingyur. You can look him up. He has a channel on YouTube where he teaches a lot of really good contemporary useful things. Anyway, he was talking in this teaching about this everywhere, anytime mindfulness meditation. And he emphasized that you do this kind of meditation in very short bursts, just a few breaths at a time, while you're preparing a meal or walking your dog or maybe driving your car. Whatever you're doing, you just pause, take a couple of conscious breaths, 2 or maybe 3 conscious breaths, and feel what it's like to be fully present and alive. Breathe in and out consciously just 2 or 3 times. And then you just go right on with the task that's at hand. So today I want to highlight 2 important aspects of this idea and why all the teachers talk about it. First of all, recognize that meditation of any kind would not work at all, would have no effect on us whatsoever, if our minds did not already have the capacity for stillness, awareness, and compassion. Since we're born with these capacities, they're already part of our nature, not some achievement that we're going to accomplish someday in the future, but a fundamental element of who we already are. Mingyur, in this teaching that I'm talking about, actually characterized our natural wisdom and compassion and awareness as something like a SIM card in a cell phone, a small, powerful part of our nature that is always able to send and receive signals from the world around us, even though we aren't paying any attention to it. He said that meditation already resides within us all the time, because we have that awareness SIM card. So it's, anyway, already there. Think about that. The second thing I want to highlight is that whether we notice or not, our mind does already always come back to the present moment. It dips into calm awareness and it experiences the warmth of compassion. This happens over and over again every day, all day long. As Mingyur would say, the SIM card is always bringing us signals, whether we hear them or not. Even when we're too distracted to receive them, The strong signals are still coming in. So the practice is simply to listen for them. Over time, we can wean ourselves from distraction completely and take more pleasure in remaining fully awake to the present moment, fully engaged in whatever is happening, and really just more fully human. Because remember, all of those qualities already exist within us. So if we learn to turn our attention just away from the distraction and towards the inner strength that we have, we live a completely different life. And this is really a fairly radical idea. First, that we are already awake but simply distracted. And second, that despite our habits of distraction, our mind constantly returns to an awakened state. All we need to do is pay attention. Watch this process taking place and become familiar with it. Stabilize it, if you will. Make it a more familiar part of our daily experience. Tune into it. The other analogy I think of is a radio signal. You've got this radio inside of you able to pick up sounds, and we're constantly turning the dial, scanning the channels, never staying on one channel. So you never hear anything except noise until you finally settle down on one channel and tune in. That's the idea. Settle down and tune in. So I hope you'll play around with this idea and see if it holds up for you in your own experience. Eventually, you may find that being fully present and awake is something that spontaneously happens to you, that you don't need reminders, because it just comes and you just catch yourself being present and awake and aware. But in the meantime, there are tools you can use. Some people use their cell phones to ping them, alert them every so often to pause and take a few breaths and tune in. Other people just remember to do that themselves, do this practice like Mingyur is suggesting. And formal meditation practice on the cushion or in the chair provides a good laboratory for working directly with this process of staying present. We get it figured out, if you will, in the sort of longer sessions of formal meditation practice, 30 minutes, an hour, of just sitting and being tuned in and watching the flow of activity in our minds is the learning lab, skills lab, if you will, where we pick all of that, we get it figured out. And then that information, that confirmed experience, shows up more often in our daily life if we look for it. So that's the whole package of Buddhist practice. Formal, thoughtful, careful working in the lab, so to speak, and then experiencing out in the world. Remember that the formal mindfulness practice has 3 parts. The first part is to settle your body in a comfortable but upright position. And this is really important. Not so important when you're washing the dishes or walking the dog or preparing a meal, but very important for meditation that you give your body the opportunity to provide a home base for you by asking your body to assume a posture that essentially expresses what you're after, this awareness. So you're well supported on a good seat. Your back is rising up, your spine is rising up. From there, the torso is upright, but there's no tension. So take time to get a good posture, because that will help everything. A good posture helps everything. And a good seat helps you have a good posture. An undistracted period of time where you're not going to be interrupted. Comfortable temperature in the room and good lighting, appropriate lighting, whatever that might be. So that's the settling part, the first part. And then the second part is opening, and this is where you essentially tune into your SIM card. You use your breath. You use the movement of your breath to help you tune into, heighten your awareness of the space around you and the space inside of you. Your breath is constantly and effortlessly moving in and out between your body and the space around you, drawing in nurturance and exhaling staleness. And just tuning into your breath is an extremely quick and efficient way to open up your channels, open up your awareness, expand your awareness beyond the immediate sort of fears that you might have or feelings. Just open the windows in a stuffy room, open. And the third part of this meditation is observing. And this is where you notice and watch thoughts coming and going, emotions coming and going, sensations coming and going. And you don't really have to do anything with that, the things that come up, except to notice them. So anything that comes up in meditation also dissolves in meditation eventually. So even a long daydream-like train of thought runs out. It pulls in, it grabs your attention, but then it leaves again. And so you don't have to get on every train that pulls into the station. You can simply watch them come and let them go. And this is how your training, if you will, your receptors, your awareness to remain present no matter what signals it's hearing. So you stay present as best you can, and when you get carried away, you simply come back, start over with your body and your breath, and you just refresh the experience of being present and awake as often as you have to. In an hour, you might have to come back, 1,000,000 times, but it doesn't matter. The effect is still good. So that is again, don't try to change the thoughts that come up. I like to think about this observing part as like looking up at the sky and watching clouds cross the sky. You would never think of trying to reach up with your hands and change the clouds because you don't like them, or you think they should look different, or you would like them to be a different way. And it's like that with your thoughts. If you can just have the posture with your thoughts of being present, letting them be, and that's all. So I'm kind of anyway, I hope this is helpful. We had a movie night yesterday, really interesting movie by Laurie Anderson called The Heart of a Dog. Really, really interesting. I highly recommend it. Next Saturday at EBS, we have a presentation from a group called Braver Angels. You can look them up. There's also information about that event on our website, and it's about learning to communicate with people who strongly disagree with you. And again, the teacher I'm quoting today that inspired this little talk today is Mingyur Rinpoche, Yongyi Mingyur Rinpoche, Mingyur. If you Google or you look on YouTube for Mingyur Rinpoche, he has dozens and dozens of really good practical meditation tips and practices that you can do. He's really the best. So that's it for today. I wish you all the best. I hope you can stay focused and present and in tune with your heart in these troubling times. See you next time.